the help action should be a reaction. Sup, Punions, Chris Punking here. D&D is a team game. Players should work together. So why is the help action, the action that spells out teamwork, the worst action in combat? Seriously, it's like the true strike of actions. Waste your action to grant advantage? Useless. And it's not just that it's bad, you're also sacrificing the ability to do something cool on your own turn. Why would you ever want to do that? Want players to combo together? Have you tried the house rule of letting players combine their turns? What does that even mean? Here's a real fix. Let them take the help action as a reaction. Here goes nothing. I'm gonna attack that zombie. Can I help by doing a feint? Okay, maybe this sounds more familiar. I want to jump over the chasm. Make an athletics check. Can I give advantage by reaching out and grabbing them if they fall? Outside of combat, we run helping like it's a reaction. Someone says they want to do something, and if the helper chimes in before the roll, then they may, if the DM allows, grant advantage to the roll. But outside of combat, this doesn't really matter. Action, bonus action, reaction, all of that only matters once initiative is rolled, and time and action economy are really of the essence. But it is in combat that this house rule truly shines. Here is all the issues that it would solve. Teamwork can now be easily achieved. Every character can use their reaction for something in combat. No need to hunt down spells or other features to optimize your action economy because you're not using your reaction yet. It buffs melee martials. The help action still requires you to be adjacent to the attack target to give the advantage. So the people that are getting the most use out of this will be the poor guys who get up close and personal with the enemy. But what about opportunity attacks? I might need my reaction for that. Tangent time with Punking. I hate opportunity attacks. They reinforce a type of gameplay that I find very boring. Static combat. The way opportunity attacks work punishes creatures for moving around during combat. That's bad. I want dynamic combat, aka combat where creatures move, so you get a 2-in-1. Let me fix opportunity attacks as well, while I'm at it. But in order to do that, I need to understand the reason why that rule exists in the first place. What is the purpose of the opportunity attack mechanic? I believe it is to prevent any goon from rushing past the tanky frontline and smashing the squishy backline. If they want to do that, they must take the risk of suffering a single attack against them. Ooh. Yeah, here is why this doesn't work. D&D monsters have notoriously high amounts of HP, and a single attack really shouldn't stop a 150 hit point giant from ignoring the fighter and going straight for the bard. Like, oh no, you dealt 10 damage to me. Watch me deal 50 points to your unarmored friend over there instead. However, I actually agree that this type of behavior should be prevented, or at least disincentivized by the rules. The point of a front line is to protect the back line. But unfortunately, now all movement on the battlefield is disincentivized, not just this specific type of movement that we want to discourage. So let me propose the following change. When a creature attempts to leave another creature's reach on the same turn that it entered it, that movement provokes an opportunity attack. And because I don't like just nerfing things, here's a buff to balance things out. If the attack hits, and the target is no more than one size larger than the attacker, the target's movement is reduced to 0 until the end of the turn. This prevents charging past the front line arguably more effectively than the current rule does it, without limiting other types of movement. But Punking, you just ruined the Sentinel feat! Okay, then don't pick it. You weren't gonna take the Durable or Weapon Master feat either, just add this one to the list. Fixing a core rule of the game is arguably more important than keeping the power of one, frankly, overtuned feat, at least in my opinion. Tangent. So, in short, make the help action a reaction. If you are not convinced, stick around because you haven't even seen my final form yet. I have not talked about the best reason to actually make the help action a reaction. It encourages players to pay attention. This is, in my opinion, D&D's biggest sin. The fact that you don't need to pay attention when it's not your turn. Your fellow players act doesn't concern you. The monsters act? Well, if they attack me, the DM will ask for my armor class and I will write down the damage he tells me. I'm not saying that every player opens Reddit as soon as their turn ends. Plenty of them care and are invested. But to say it with the words of Matt Colville, the behavior a game rewards is the behavior it encourages. In its current form, the game doesn't reward you for paying attention. But now, that actually matters. Paying attention to your fellow players' turns is important because you can give them a helping hand for their big moment, and you will want the same when your turn comes up. No more browsing Reddit. Paying attention is now important. Does this solve the paying attention issue entirely? No, but it's a first step. I would love to see more options for things to do when it's not your turn. Ask yourself, would you rather play 2 minutes every 10 minutes or be able to do something and make decisions all the time? If you want to take this to the next level, allow the help action to be applied to saving throws as well. Keep in mind that it needs to make sense. A quick word of encouragement might help to beat a save against fear, but probably not against poison. Now helping becomes really useful and dramatic. The enemy wizard casts Fireball, and the paladin, using his reaction, grants advantage to the rogue by blocking the blast with his body. As he falls to the ground unconscious, he utters some final words to the rogue. "Save the others. I trust you with this." And with tears in his eyes, the rogue responds, "Dude, I have evasion. I was fine." Okay, I asked ChatGPT to write me an outro for this week, and it said no.